Stop. Before you spend another dollar, you need to watch this video entirely. Because with these tips and tricks, I'm going to show you how you can turn a $20 lunch at a restaurant into a month's worth of rent. And show you how to turn a $200 night out with your friends into a new car. Now, I'm very sorry, this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme, but this is how everyday people can build long-term wealth. Now, the first thing I do whenever I'm going to spend money, even if it's just a coffee, is I pull out an investing calculator. Now, I know what you're going to say. Go down in the comments, call me a nerd, I don't care. But once you see these numbers, you're going to be on the same train of thought as I am. You see, plug in $5, then take however many years you have until retirement. I have 45 years until retirement, so I'm going to plug in 45 years, I'm going to plug in the $5, and I'm going to plug in a 10% annual return, compounded annually. Now, you might call me a nerd, I don't care. Once you see these numbers, you're going to be a believer too. You see, that $5 coffee in 45 years isn't going to be worth $5. It's not going to be worth $10. It's not even going to be worth $20. That $5 coffee can net you $364. That's no joke. Go plug it in for yourself if you don't believe me. But $5 compounded annually at a 10% annual return for 45 years is $360. And the crazy thing is, I know people that will pay that $5 for coffee every single day of the year. Now imagine what that adds up to. Just kidding, don't imagine. I did the math for you. That $5 every day, compounded annually for 45 years is going to equal $132,000 a year. Now imagine doing that for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Imagine how much money that's going to add up to. That's the difference of retiring at 60 and retiring at 80. That's a crazy thought to think about. Just going out to coffee is going to save you years of life working. Now, I know people that go out for lunch every day. That $20 lunch, which is a completely reasonable number for lunch, is going to be worth $1,450 at the age of retirement. Now think about the $200 night out. Like I said, this is a completely reasonable number to be going out. I know this isn't an everyday thing like coffee or lunch would be, but still, once a week, once a month, that number at retirement is going to be $14,500. Let me say that again, $14,500 per night you go out. If you do this even once a month, that's looking at over $100,000 a year of future value you could be saving today by not going out or just finding a free alternative. Now, another thing you could be saying is, oh, but Everett, I don't have 45 years till retirement like you. Yes, that might be true, but even if you only have 10, 20, 30 years till retirement, you still could have a huge future value for your money. Let me tell you exactly how much money you could have. At 10 years until retirement, you'll have around $2.50 for every dollar you save. With 20 years till retirement, you have about $6.75 for every dollar you save. At 30 years is where we start looking at some big potential returns. At 30 years, instead of just $6, you actually jump all the way up to a $17 future value for every $1 you save. And at 40 years, if you're 25 years or younger and you have 40 years till retirement, you can get $45 per dollar you have invested. Now, just for a hypothetical, let's say you're 15 years old and you have 50 years until retirement. For every dollar you save now, you're going to be making over $110 in future value, which is just so crazy how valuable every dollar you save is, and it's just such a great reason to start investing early. I'm not saying to cut everything out of your life, but find what truly matters to you, and if it doesn't truly matter and you can cut it out, great, because you can make a lot of money down the road if you just save a few extra dollars per day. People think they need to start the next Tesla to become wealthy and successful individuals. The truth is you don't. You just need to build successful habits that'll help you save money and invest in your future. I'm going to leave you with a very powerful quote from Warren Buffett. Someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. We all need to start planting our seeds today so we can sit in the shade down the road.